In this, I'm going to explain about Lab 7, Lab 8, and Lab 9. In Lab 7, it was all about external interrupts, external interrupts at Mega 3 to 8p. So basically, interrupts. In the previous section, we have talked about the interrupts. In Lab 6, it was all about the interrupts. So the interrupts are basically called on a given status change on the input. So it is essentially an input interrupt, and it has great applications. So in its task was all about to display an interrupt in any function. This is at Mega 32560, and this is the LCD. In the code, what we have done, that we have written something, and after that, if we press any button, it will show the interrupts. So first of all, I'm going to place the hex file of this interrupt. After putting the hex file, I'm just going to play the simulation, and it will take some time. As you can see that I have in the code, I've written the lab 7, and it's all displaying about the lab 7. And I have also written the delay function there. So now if I will press this button, it will show interrupt 1, sorry, interrupt 0, and then again it will carry on with all its task of displaying lab 7 on the screen. Now if I will press this push button, it will show interrupt 1. So again it will show continue displaying the work which it has been provided. It's displaying lab 7 on the LCD. So these two are the button which are controlling the interrupt function all. And this was all about the lab 7. I will stop the simulation. Now I'm going to explain you about the lab 8. And lab 8 was basically all about the ADC, which means analog to digital converter. In this lab, we have understand the ADC function in microcontroller. And in this, we've also used a sensor which is LM35, which is a temperature sensor. So basically our activity was this was our activity to make a thermometer with LM35. LM35 is a sensor which is a temperature sensor, and its display output on LCD. So coming towards lab 8, first of all I will show you the lab task. So in this I have used the library of LCD32.HP. I have used the different libraries here. Now coming towards the main function. In the main function, I am making the port C as an input for the ADC. Now I have select the channel ADC5 AVCC with the external capacitor at AREF pin. So these are all its resistors. I'm using the MUX 0 and MUX 1 for this. These are all the resistors of ADC, which you can which are given in the manual. So now what I have done is I have put in a while loop here. We have started conversion, and wait for the complete conversion. We have started the temperature conversion, and now we have cleared the flag. ADSCRA is used for clearing the flag, and now we are storing the value in it. I have also put in a delay of 100 microsecond, and then I'm clearing the LCD. Now coming toward the cinematic capture, I will play the simulation. Now you can see that it's displaying the temperature because this is the sensor LM35. This is 382 mega P, and this is the LCD, and it's all displaying the temperature on the LCD. So this was all about the lab 8. Now coming towards the lab 9. In the lab 9, basically lab 9 was to generate the waves of the different duty cycle. It was PWM, pulse width modulation. In this, what we have to do was to lighten we have to modify we have to connect a switch to the pin of one of the ports, and using this switch for choosing the duty cycle to generate the waves. And in the activity 2, we have to just modify the lightness of LED, increasing gradually from 0 to 100% and decrease, then start decreasing from 100 to 0 as it's decreasing and increasing, and then vice versa. So coming towards the lab 9 activity, lab 9, I will show you its code. Sorry, simulation is wrong. I will show you its code. We have using the different libraries, and then in the main function it's declared as a void. I'm now here I'm declaring the ddrb, and I'm adding with then I'm using the port ddrd and ddrb, and I'm making the ddrb as PWM pin output. So I'm making its pulse modulation pin output, and I'm making the ddrd as input. Then I'm using the timers, TCCR2A, and I'm reset the timer as it reaches the compare value. It's the fast PWM mode. And then I am here, I am set the interrupts, which is called it's ISR as time overflow. So it's I'm using this for overflow TIMSK2. And then this is used for the pre-scaling, so that the no pre-scaling should happen. The timer start as the line is executed. Then coming towards this, there is the function of the delay, and it's all the duty cycles. I will run its simulation. I have placed here the oscilloscope so that the waves can be easily visible. So I will just show you. It's taking some time. Everything play the simulation so that the oscilloscope should be visible on the screen. It will take some time due to the CPU load. Let me check. It's not running. It's taking some time. So if I am so as you can see that the wave is visible in the pulse modulation rate when the LED is starts from this from decrease to increase. So as it first of all the LED decreases, and then it start increasing, and after it reaches 100%, then again it start decreasing. So this is all the wave which is generated. It's first decreases and then increases, and you can adjust it according to whatever you want. So this was all about lab 9.